Jai Baba, everybody. मैं दारूवाला जय बाबा, पेरिन जसुमनी,
जय बाबा साम अंकल,
भिखू सेठना,
जय माँ बाबा।
जय मेहर बाबा. So nice to see you all.
जय बाबा।
कुंडा जी जय बाबा.
जय बाबा।
और कोई है के मैदान में? मिस्टर गोदरेज जय बाबा, फरूक जय बाबा, वायोलेट गुड टू सी यू. जरा ऑन करो तुम्हारो वीडियो. ओके, टाइम.
Shall we start with the prayers?
या प्लीज डू.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. हे परवरदिगार, सर्वांचे पालन करणारा.
हाँ, the small one, huh?
Which one?
The beloved God help us all.
Okay.
हाँ.
So that you want me to say in Marathi, right?
हाँ जी. Sorry.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. प्रियतम परमेश्वरा, तुझ्यावर अधिकाधिक प्रेम करण्याकरिता आम्हा सर्वांना तू सहाय्य कर. अधिक, आणखी अधिक आणि त्याहूनही अधिक प्रेम तुझ्याशी एकरूप होण्यास पात्र होत आम्ही करीत राहावे, यासाठीही आम्हा सर्वात तू मदत कर. आणि प्रियतम बाबांचा दामन अगदी अखेरच्या क्षणापर्यंत हाती घट्ट राहावा, ह्यासाठी देखील आम्हा सर्वांना तू सहाय्य कर. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.
Jai Baba, everybody. This sounded so beautiful. This short prayer in Marathi sounded so beautiful. Firstly, I would like to invite our one and only, Avtar Meher Baba, to come and join us in this program. Not only join us, but take over the entire proceedings of this program. Because हम लोग ने जो कुछ फांफे मार के तैयारी की है, all that is okay. But finally what will happen will be as per his wish. A few things which I would like to just briefly announce is, there are some of our center's members who are ailing, some serious, some not so serious, in hospitals. The few names that I can remember is a very old, a loving member and a cricketer of repute, Mr. Nari Contractor. You may have read it in the papers, उनको वो जो प्लेट थी सर में, वो प्लेट अब निकालने की है. Bhushan Dadachand ji has been hospitalized. Jal Dastur has been hospitalized. उनकी डॉली के आज 5वां साल हो गया बाबा के पास जाके. तो जालू जी ने खुद हॉस्पिटल से घर पे आके उनकी जो भी कुछ सेरेमनीज करनी थी वो किए और फिर वापस हॉस्पिटल गए. ये एक अनोखा प्रेम जिसको कहते हैं, उसकी एक मिसाल है. बेप्सी खंबाटा भी, she is also ailing. Rasna Karadia and Neeraj Karadia, they are also ailing. तो हम सभी को बाबा को इतनी गुजारिश करते हैं कि उनकी नजर उन पे बनाए रखे, क्योंकि वो कहते हैं रिमेन डिटैच वगैरह वगैरह, लेकिन An emotional fool like me always tends to be attached to all these people. आज हम जो कहने जाने वाले हैं उसके पहले Janice wants to make some announcement. Janice, please go ahead and make your announcement.
Yeah, Baba, everyone. This is just an announcement for our Winning His Heart event, which is coming up on this Sunday. Baba Housey event है ये Sunday. So उसके लिए ये instructions, flyer सब भेजे गए हैं WhatsApp पे. You have to prepare your own ticket. Instructions सब दिए गए हैं. 5 columns by 4 rows. And इसमें आपका नाम रहना चाहिए. Ticket sample भी दिया गया है. 50 words आपको दिए गए हैं flyer में. उसमें से आपको कोई भी 20 नाम सिलेक्ट करके आपकी हाउसी टिकट बना के आपका नाम ध्यान से लिखना है उस पे एंड ईमेल करना है ऑन विक्ट्री आईडी पे. तो यू हैव टू ईमेल इट टू अस बाय लेटेस्ट कल या सैटरडे तक, क्योंकि संडे इवेंट है एंड हमें बैक एंड में बहुत सारा प्रेपरेशंस करना है. एंड फॉलोड द नेक्स्ट वीक इज बाबा क्विज, जिसमें ये साल क्विज ड्रामा सेंटर, बॉम्बे सेंटर का जो ड्रामा है उसके ऊपर रखा गया है. तो फ्लायर के साथ में हमने लिंक्स भी शेयर किए हैं, वीडियो लिंक्स, विच यू जस्ट हैव टू सी एंड इट विल बी अ सिंपल क्विज विद 3 राउंड्स एंड हर एक क्वेश्चन में मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन दिए जाएंगे, जिसमें 3 रॉन्ग होंगे, 1 करेक्ट होगा. सो इट्स नॉट सो डिफिकल्ट, इट्स अ सिंपल क्विज, इट्स फॉर फन सेक एंड फॉर नॉलेज सेक. सो आपको किसी को मतलब जिताना नहीं है, इट्स ओनली फॉर पार्टिसिपेशन. तो आपको खाली एक पेपर एंड पेन लेके बैठना है, जो क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे उसके आंसर आपको लिखने हैं बुक में, एंड जब हम आंसर दिखाएंगे तो आपको खुद को खाली यू हैव टू टेस्ट योर ओन सेल्फ. दैट्स इट, इट्स दैट सिंपल. सो यू जस्ट इन द बार्गेन गेटिंग सम नॉलेज अबाउट Meher Baba. So please request all to participate. And on the last Sunday we have Voiceless Voice event, which is a beautiful event where Mr. Somit Doshi writes blogs about your internal connection with you and Baba within. So please do attend all these workshops with these events with your family. Thank you very much. Jai Baba.
जैसे कि जैनिस ने अभी अनाउंस किया, she mentioned that it will gain you some knowledge. What I would like to add to that is that it would keep your mind focused on him. And that is the main thing. Knowledge हो या ना हो, अक्कल हो या ना हो, लेकिन उनकी याद हमेशा दिल में चलती रहे. That is the main reason, the main idea of the foundation, if I may say so, of this Bombay Center. To keep Baba as the focal point and everything else around it to be built up so that we focus on Meher Baba. हम लोग ने बहुत सारे मेहर बाबा बॉम्बे सेंटर के स्टॉलवर्ट्सों के ऊपर प्रोग्राम किए, और कल yesterday यानी कि हमारे किशोर भाई मिस्त्री, उनकी बर्थ एनिवर्सरी थी, और उनकी डॉटर ये अपनी मेहरवीना, हु इज अ वेरी गिफ्टेड क्रिएटिव आर्टिस्ट, उनसे बातें हो रही थी. सॉरी. तो हमने सोचा कि क्यों नहीं आज का प्रोग्राम वी डेडिकेट टू मिस्टर किशोर मिस्त्री. सो पहले मेहरवीना will speak about Kishore Bhai, and later on we will throw it open to the forum. Anybody wants to add anything about their interactions with Kishore Bhai? उन्होंने किसी को दम दिया, किसी को डांटा, as per his usual habits. वो जो भी कुछ है वो बोलने के लिए please feel free to come and talk about it. Thank you. Meherveena, you may take over now.
Yes, one sec. Jai Baba.
Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Baba everyone, and सबसे पहले तो let me thank beloved Baba for giving me this opportunity to come here and attend Apna Sam's Thursday session today. And I just leave it to Baba today, and I have just prayed him to take over because he knows the best ki what should I share and what I shouldn't share. And I am not a speaker, and so never done this before, so a bit nervous. But then again, yes, I have asked Baba to take over. Now, yesterday when Sam called me, and actually that was not the first time when Sam has called me for the Thursday sessions. But 2-3 बार उनको reject किया था मैंने यही बोल के, because I was very much conscious about coming on the screen and talking, which I have never done before. तो हर बार कुछ ना कुछ बोल के I used to tell him कि नहीं Sam, maybe next time. But yesterday when he called me, somehow from within I felt that this time I think it's coming straight from Baba. I shouldn't say a no, and why not? Because now I can see there was a reason. Because अब की बार ये साल की जो अपनी थीम है, बाबा के बर्थडे सेलिब्रेशंस की थीम है, which is history of Bombay Center. And my father, late Shri Kishore Mistry, was definitely one of the stalwarts who has with complete dedication and determination and sincerity offered his services at the feet of his Lord. So
Hey, Veena, he was not only a stalwart, he was a pillar, one of the pillars of the Bombay Center.
true.
When I say pillar, it means that without his support, the Imarat would have collapsed. It was that important. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, you have said Jaluji's words, because I remember after Dad passed away, when we went to Mehrabad to meet, that time Bhauji was also there. तो तब जब हम जालू जी से मिले तो वो of course he was मतलब बहुत मिस कर रहे थे डैडी को. he was very close to dad. तो तब उन्होंने यही बोला कि we have lost a pillar of Mehrabad. So even for Mehrabad also he was the pillar, because during Amar Tithi काफी सारा काम
Yes.
करते थे वो. And उनकी एक खासियत जो मुझे पर्सनली ऐसे लगते है कि एक खासियत यही थी कि this was a person who was never even conscious of his surroundings. He was only conscious of his beloved and obeying him. That's it.
Shabash. Yeah.
कि कौन मेरे बारे में क्या सोच रहा है, या कोई मुझे कुछ पूछ रहा है कि नहीं, या मेरे भजनों का या मेरा इंटरव्यू दिया गया है, या nothing. He was not at all conscious of all these things. All that he was focused always, and that was working for beloved Baba, because actually he had dedicated his entire life for Baba. And of course today I'll be playing a video in which I'll be sharing his stories. And this was the whole write-up was compiled by my brother Meher Kumar, my eldest brother, and he had written this write-up just few days after Dad passed away, which was on 7th Jan 2005. So, because few months back, I was invited by the Washington DC group to present stories on my dad. So, उसके लिए मैंने ये वीडियो बनाया था. तो of course ये वीडियो मैं प्ले करूँगी अभी थोड़ी देर के बाद, जिसमें उनके बारे में पूरी मतलब उनकी लाइफ के बारे में इन शॉर्ट पूरा बताया गया है. एंड ऑल्सो उसमें वी विल बी शेयरिंग करस्पॉन्डेंस बिटवीन मेरे डैड और बाबा के बीच का जो करस्पॉन्डेंस हुआ था. बिकॉज यू कैन सी द ब्यूटी ऑफ द होल थिंग दैट बीइंग द अवतार, ही वाज सो आई मीन हर एक उसका बंदा जो उसको दिलो जान से दिल से याद करता है. खासकर in case of such disciples, Baba was so keen upon in their personal life. Baba used to guide all these people. तो ये जो correspondence हुआ है उससे पता चलता है कि कितना Baba was so particular when it was coming to my father, what's happening in his life, and timely guidance कैसे दिया उन्होंने dad को by through correspondence. So ऐसे कुछ telegrams हैं जो कि मैंने वो स्क्रीन पे आप देख पाओगे. I'll be sharing all those correspondences with you. Of course, there were few which were meant only for dad, like which my brother felt that we shouldn't, bring it in the public. But few of them which he felt that can be shared with everyone. So I'll be displaying all those telegrams also on the screen. So I think Sam, I was going to share something before I spoke about this video, but it has just gone, so maybe Baba doesn't want me to say that since it has already got washed off. So I think let's begin the video. It's a half-hour video where the entire sharing of his stories will be done, and then let's see how Baba takes it further ahead, right? Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. I'm just sharing my screen.
Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. I'll be reading out a write-up that was written on my father by my elder brother, Meher Kumar Mistry, in 2005 January, which was just after my dad passed away. It's been quite a journey of my father with his beloved Meher Baba, and I hope you all find it interesting. Kishore Atmaram Mistry, born on 16th April 1937 in Surat, Gujarat, India, was an ardent lover of beloved Avatar Meher Baba. He was the second child of his parents. His mother, Gangaben, had once related a very interesting incident about Kishore's childhood. When Kishore was born, his skin color was dark. However, after a span of 3 months, the dark skin came off like a bark of a tree and assumed bright pinkish white color skin. She used to say that Kishore was very different from his 5 brothers and 2 sisters. He was very sharp, intelligent, quick learner, and mischievous as a child. He excelled in school at studies. His father wanted him to be an engineer as he was very intelligent and had scored distinction at his secondary school examination. However, he was destined for a different examination. Before coming to Bombay in April 1955, it is vaguely known that Kishore had got introduced to the name of Meher Baba through one Mr. Ravikant Rawal from Surat. After coming to Bombay, he heard of some close disciples of Meher Baba through pleader K.E. Afsari Rao Sahib, the Dada Chanches, Karman Masi, Pila Masi, Dina Talati, Suna Masi, and Khorshid. Along with Ratilal Panchal and Gulabdas Panchal, he started visiting these disciples of Meher Baba. The love and sacrifice of these disciples for Meher Baba, along with the spiritual experiences, created lasting impressions on his mind and heart. In particular, his association with Pleader influenced his future life significantly. Pleader's profound and amazing experiences, discussions, and explanations made greatest impact on Kishore's life. He lost interest in his formal education and left it at intermediate level. Kishore came to Bombay for his worldly education, but became a student at Baba's Love University and started getting more and more involved in it. He left his education midway and got so charged up with Baba's love and sacrifice that he did not want any worldly things to take him away from the purpose. There has been correspondence between Baba and Kishore several times. wherein Baba time and again gave guidelines to Kishore. These letters were written by Ered Jasawala on behalf of Meher Baba. In one of the letters, dated 3rd April 1958, Ered Jasawala writes to Kishore, Baba wants you to love him, for he is the Lord of love, and for the sake of loving him as he ought to be loved. Love Baba not because your love for him will make you pass in your examination. Your very life is the examination. If you could but pass in this examination, all the other examinations fade out into insignificance. And to pass in this examination, you have to love Baba with all your heart and soul without expectation of reward, either material or spiritual. It is a hard affair, but everyone has to sit once for this exam and pass by his grace. Beloved Baba had charted a different path for him. After leaving studies, he did not want to go back to Surat where his family was, nor was he interested in the affairs in the family business. At Bombay, first he stayed with his mother's mother. After she passed away, he went to stay with his aunt, his mother's sister. Then he moved to a small rented place at Khetwadi, which was at Bombay Central, which is an area near the Bombay Center in Mumbai. As he had to sustain himself without taking any financial help from his father, he took up a temporary job with Dr. & Co. for some time. However, the longing to work for the cause of beloved Baba was growing day by day. Beloved Baba was taking keen interest in seemingly trivial matters of his life. In the letter dated 8th March 1960, Ered Jasawala writes to Kishore, Baba directs me to inform you that you should try to find a job in Bombay. If, after trying your best, you fail to get one, then you go to Surat at your home. In the meanwhile, pull on at the firm where you are working at present. As for asking blessings of Baba, of doing his work, beloved Baba wants you to note that his blessings are always at hand for those who work in his cause with sincerity and love. At that time, he was heavily involved in the activities carried out in beloved Baba's cause in Bombay. He joined the group of enthusiastic Baba lovers, which included Sri S.R. Siganboria, Barjor Mehta, Ratilal Panchal, Gulab Panchal, and K.V. Nene, who eventually became his father-in-law in the later years. The group was instrumental in holding the first public function on the occasion of the 62nd birthday of Avtar Meher Baba at Foreign Languages Hall, Fort, on 25th February 1956, where the response was tremendous. Sri Adike Irani, secretary and disciple of Meher Baba, was the chief guest and delivered his speech on the occasion. Beloved Baba was closely monitoring the activities carried out by Bombay Group. Letter of 27 February 1960 from Ered Jasawala to Kishore states, Beloved Baba's instructions to you are 1. Love Baba with all your heart. 2. Hold fast onto his daman, for Baba is the ancient one. 3. Baba loves you very much. 4. Continue for 2 months the old service, and if this boss of yours is pleased to keep you longer, then continue the same service. If not, find another job in Bombay, and if you find one, then join the new service in Bombay. If your present boss asks you to leave his service after 2 months, and if he is determined to give you notice, then it is best that you be on lookout from now for another job while you still have the 2 months in hand. 5. Baba wants you to cooperate 100% with Sorabji Siganporia, and if you are able to do so 100%, you will satisfy Baba and you will also make Baba happy. 6. Baba wants you, Gulab, Ratilal, and others to work in the cause of truth as humble workers of beloved Baba. Spread his love all over Bombay with much humility, simple heartedness, and without least malice in heart and mind for anyone. 7 to 9 excluded. Number 10, Baba wants you all to work unitedly with one heart and love. Baba with all your heart and soul. 11, Baba wants you write to him once a fortnight of the developments of your service. 12, beloved Baba sends you and all his dear ones his love. 13, also convey Baba's love to Saroj Khorshid Merwan. 14, Baba wants you all to remain happy and cheerful. Another letter of 23rd March 1960 from Aaron Jasawala to Kishore states, Baba sends you his love and he expressed his happiness to find you obeying his instructions. Baba wants you to remain under the guidance of Sorabji and to carry out whatever instructions he may give to you from time to time regarding beloved Baba's work in Bombay. Baba is happy to find you going out in search of a new job. Baba wants you to try for the same, and it will be best if you can find it in Bombay. If not, you will have to go to Surat. Accordingly, he got a job with D.D. Neroy and Co. Letter of 30th March 1960 from Ered Jasawala to Kishore states, Baba was happy to hear from you that you will join a new service from tomorrow, 31st March. Also, that you were planning to pay visit to Guru Prasad on 3rd April. Beloved Baba sends his love to you and to your new boss who sent salutations to Baba through you. The group activities in Bombay at times would go through some troubled waters. Letter of 17th May 1962 from Ered Jasawala to Kishore states, Baba wants you not to feel worried over what did happen, but he wants you to know that he is proud of your deep understanding regarding your duty to remain resigned to his will. Try and try again, and there will be a day when you will succeed to control yourself and gain control over your eagerness and natural keenness to be near Baba when he had desired you to see that you awaited his direct permission before coming. Baba says that he knows of your deep love for him and your anxiety to please him at all costs. This has made him happy, and he says that you are very dear to him. He sends his love. On June 25th, 1964, beloved Baba himself performed Kishore's engagement with Rajni by putting both their hands together in his own hands and declaring both of them as engaged to each other. Since Kishore and Rajni both hailed from different communities, there was some tension within their families over their marriage proposal, which got neutralized due to beloved Baba himself taking interest in their engagement. Later, on 31st July 1964, registered marriage was performed. Beloved Baba sent telegram to Kishore, which states, my love blessings to you and Rajni on occasion of your marriage, to remain united in my love and service. Convey my love to my dear Nene and family and to your parents and family. Kishore remained in touch with beloved Baba and Mehrazad Mandali. A letter of 9th August 1964 from Ered Jasawala to Kishore states, beloved Baba wants you to visit Mehrazad any one day at 2 p.m. He wants you to come alone to him at Mehrazad. Baba wants you to return after an hour's visit to Mehrazad. Baba wants you to inform Adi Kaka in advance of your date of visit here so that he can make for you some arrangement of transport. Beloved Baba sends his love to you and Rajni. Kishore continued to work as secretary of the Avtar Meher Baba Bombay Center since its registration from 1964 until his last day on 7th January 2005. Another letter of 21st September 1965 from Eraj Jasawala to Kishore states, Avtar Meher Baba wants me to inform you that he was to go out with 40 lovers on a darshan tour of 40 days in India from 1st February 1965, and that he had in mind to take you with him on this tour. Beloved Baba now wants you to know that this darshan is cancelled and that he will not visit any places in India for giving his darshan in 1966 and 1967. Beloved Baba sends his love to you both. Somewhere around April 1966, Kishore became seriously ill with suspected tuberculosis. Letter of 28 April 1966 from Erech to Kishore states, Beloved Baba remembered you very fondly this morning, and he wants to know whether or not you are continuing the treatment chalked out for you by dear Hoshang Bharucha. If by chance you have discontinued the treatment, then Baba wants you to resume it forthwith without fail. Baba wants you to write to Dr. Hoshang Bharucha immediately details of your present condition and send reports of blood checkup, etc. Baba wants you to do exactly as Hoshang wants you to do as far as your medical treatment is concerned. Beloved Baba wants you not to feel unhappy or worried, but to keep happy and cheerful. He sends his love and blessings to you and Rajni. Kishore and Rajni continue to devote themselves together to the cause of beloved Baba. On 7th December 1967, Kishore became a father and Rajni became the mother. Letter of 8th January 1967 from Erech Jasawala to Kishore states, All Mehrazad is very happy today to hear that dear Rajni has delivered a bony son on 7th December with beloved Baba's name on her lips. The newborn baby is bound to be as devoted and loving as his parents. Beloved Baba has named his new Bhakt as Meher Kumar, and Baba directed me to convey his love and blessings to you, Rajni, and bony son Meher Kumar. Hope both Rajni and dear Meher Kumar are in good health by beloved Baba's grace. Beloved Baba sends his love to you and directs me to inform you that you and Rajni keep happy in his will and remember him and love him all the more. He is very pleased with your love for him and your service in his cause. He is proud of you and your love. He wants you both to take good care of darling Meher Kumar and teach him to love Baba with all his tiny heart. There is a reference in Lord Meher on page number 6540, Essence of Your Very Being, about an event of 1967 where Kishore was involved. It states, on Sunday, October 8th, as desired by Baba, Kishanchand Gajwani, Sorabji Siganporia, Jal Dastur, and Kishore Mistry came to Mehrazad from Bombay. An international tourist fair was to open in Bombay on October 30th, and after reading about what Canadian lovers had done at the Montreal Expo, Siganporia was inspired to set up a similar booth at this fair. Baba gave his encouragement, and with the help of Dr. Ram Ginde, Jim Mistry, Nariman, Arnavaz, and all the Baba lovers, a booth was set up and a small booklet entitled Who is Meher Baba was printed along with the universal message in different Indian languages. Baba himself had perused the material to be included in the booklet. To the first question, who is Meher Baba? He dictated this answer: He is the essence of your very being, which provokes you to ask this question. Kishore Mistry worked at Mehrabad Trust Office for about a year, starting somewhere in November 1969 till November of 1970. In one of his letters to Rajni during the time, he says, "At night, Adi Kaka, Adiki Irani, Bhav Kalchuri, and myself sit together when most of the secret work of Baba is being discussed. We sit up to 12 midnight. During this period, he came in close contact with Baba's Mandali. On March 11, 1970, a baby girl was born and Baba's Mandali named her as Meher Shobha. She went on to become a homeopath and continues to give her longing service at the charitable clinic of Avtar Meher Baba Pune Center and also at Wardha. On November 21, 1971, second baby girl was born who had the thirst of taking darshan of Meher Baba. She was named as Meherbina by Kishore. He used to say that as a child, when she was taken to Baba's Samadhi, she kept crying until she was placed on Baba's Samadhi, after which she instantaneously stopped crying. She went on to sing beautiful ghazals by composing tunes to the songs written by beloved Baba under the pen name Huma. Now she takes active part at Avtar Meher Baba Bombay Center. Yes, that was about me. Kishore had a sweet voice and used to sing bhajans and ghazals. There is a reference in Lord Meher, page number 5482, Meherabad meeting, about the events on 10th July 1958, where it states, Maharani Shanta Devi and the Maharani of Kurundwad garlanded Baba. Garlanding was prohibited in the meeting, but Baba allowed it this time. Taking off the flower garlands, he put them aside on the table next to him. He then commented, I have heard much praise for the Bombay Bhajan group. Where are they? Keshav Nene, Gulabdas Panchal, and Kishore Mistry came forward, and Baba asked them to sing 2 devotional songs. Kishore, along with Rajni, continued to enthrall the Baba lovers at the Bombay Center with their bhajans and ghazals. He was often accompanied by Rajni, who is gifted with a melodious voice, and the deep love she has for her beloved Meher Baba finds expressions in the bhajans she sings. He was 100% convinced that beloved Baba is God in human form. He was therefore not too happy with people who came in Baba's fold but continued to worship other forms of God. His love towards Baba was one-pointed. Out of this one-pointed love, at times, certain amount of frustration would crop up inside him about people who continued to worship other forms, and this often reflected in his words and actions as he was bold and quite blunt about his unhappy expressions. He was a fanatic lover of Baba, so to say. He valued time very much and was very punctual. He often cited instances about how particular Baba was about time. He literally believed in every word that was written to him by beloved Baba, and accordingly tried with all his might to obey these words. He used to give numerous examples on what obedience meant to beloved Baba. He studied homeopathy very deeply, as he thought it was effective with less side effects on one's body and also affordable to the common man. He used to give medicines to the needy with Baba's name on his lips. There are instances where he had cured almost impossible cases. He pulled out his wife Rajni from the mouth of breast cancer and tumor weighing almost 250 grams by administering homeopathic medicines. In another instance, a man who was discharged from Tata Center, being at a last stage of heart blockage, was amazingly cured of all the heart blockades over a period of time. He believed that medicine that he gives was merely a medium through which beloved Baba's love flowed and caused the healing effect. He was extremely particular about money matters. He believed in accounting to the last paisa. He was a hardcore accountant. He worked mainly as an accountant in his various job assignments and retired from the service as an accounts manager. He always used to relate instances to remind about how particular Baba was when it came to accounting of money. He never used to like being praised at or never indulged himself in excessive praise of others. So also he never believed in any outward form of expression of love or affection. His love was deep within. This attitude came mostly out of Pleader's influence. In the capacity of Secretary of Bombay Center, he demonstrated discipline, excellent organization, time management, and leadership skills. He was brave and bold decision maker. He, along with Rajni, performed the greatest task expected out of a Baba lover parent, which is to sow the seed of Baba's love in the heart of their children, nurture the seedling, and provide suitable environment to ensure its growth in the right direction. He indeed succeeded in this most important function as a father and has left behind a vast treasure of books and periodicals related to beloved Baba. He was against any kind of rituals, creed, and dogmas. He often demonstrated his belief at the cost of becoming unpopular among the near and dear ones. He stood for a cause with total determination. He was a keen learner and a good observer. He learned to operate computer, email, and mobile in no time and used these tools mainly for the work in the cause of beloved Baba. He was very quick, alert, man who thought ahead, man with presence of mind, and man with a sense of duty and responsibility, man with high level of dedication to the cause he firmly believed in. All these qualities could be visible as he performed his duty as a member of the team managing the pilgrimage during Amar Tithi of Avtar Meher Baba every year at the end of January in Mehrabad. On 7th January 2005, he was on his way towards Mehrabad via Pune when he got a massive heart attack, and in a couple of moments, he went to his beloved Baba with a smile and a certain glow on his face. The smile could come because he had Baba's name on his lips in his last moments. As beloved Baba has promised that the one who breathes his last in his remembrance comes to me. Verily, Kishore has merged in Baba. But how does this remembrance come at the last moment? It is because he kept himself in tune with Baba. He dedicated all his actions to Baba and used them to increase his love and remembrance of Baba. As Bhauji said in his message dated 14th January 2005, what luck he had that while he was on the way to Mehrabad from Bombay, at Thane he joined Baba. This joining beloved Baba is different. He was coming to paradise on earth, but he went to the real paradise, Vaikunt. In another email dated 16th January 2005, Bauji says, the family is really unique. I saw everyone happy and cheerful, and I felt touched when I saw my dear sister Rajni coming to me smiling. What a gift you have received from the beloved, and how my dear Kishore has served you all. This service is unknown to everyone. Nobody knows. And how can one know? Because it is inner service. He further said, it was really an amazement to everyone who knew dear Kishore that he passed away. But no one knows that he has not passed away, but he has met the beloved in such a way that he will keep him immortal. I am really happy that you find him hale and hearty when you saw his body. It is a great gift that beloved Baba has given to the family, that the burden of sanskaras, which they would have taken a long time to spend, and then again collect new impressions, were just wiped out in no time because the connections are broken. That day was a unique day when I met the family and the smile of each one. I felt as if I should bow down to beloved Baba's love in you all, who has given so much courage and strength to realize that no one goes and no one comes. It is a dream. Though people say this through talks, very few can feel it and still fewer can experience it. How loving and merciful our beloved is, that when you saw your papa's face, you saw him smiling. I feel very much touched. You are really unique, and how fortunate my sister Rajni is, who has such a blessed family. Your father was completely dedicated to Baba's cause. What a gift he has given, that not only did he make him free from births and deaths, but also he cleaned all you dear ones. The smile you all had was the joy which beloved Baba has given. I really felt touched, and I will never forget in my life the gift of the beloved. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
What a beautiful presentation, Mervina. What a beautiful presentation. In brief, it tells everything that I wanted to say and talk about Kishore Bhai. See? And what can I say? Everything is orchestrated through him. So आज का जो चल रहा है वो उन्हीं की मर्जी से चल रहा है. I would like now anybody from the audience to ask any questions if they wish to. ये जो कुछ भी आप लोगों ने देखा वीडियो में, तो उसके बारे में कुछ भी सवाल पूछने हैं तो प्लीज गो अहेड एंड आस्क. सब लोग सो गए हैं. Nobody wants to ask anything. Well, I will share some of my memories with Kishore Bhai. Firstly, he didn't look like an Indian. He looked like a Westerner. मैं जब छोटा था और सेंटर पे जाता था तो मैं सोचता था कि ये सब कालू लोग में ये गोरिया कहाँ से आ गया. You see, so he was very good looking. He had a full crop of hair all his life, and there were some unique qualities about him. Unique. I'm not just saying it कि आज उनके praises में बात करनी है, नहीं, उसके लिए नहीं. It is because I feel so. One of the qualities was the discipline. Like you mentioned in your video, he was very disciplined. So much so that I found difficult to keep up with him. And वो बेचारे मेरे को कुछ बोलते नहीं थे, लेकिन वो facial expression से मालूम पड़ जाता था कि I want nothing coming, you know, he didn't like it, sort of thing. He was very enthusiastic, very, very, very enthusiastic. I remember, see, he was my father's junior and my senior. Yani ki I have seen him laugh and joke along with my dad. And then, of course, as I grew up and he became a little older, तो हम लोग के साथ में भी ये सब चल रहा था. I remember my father sharing कि एक time he and his bhajan mandali had done some continuous programs. कोई बाबा का कितना बर्थडे था तो उतने दिनों कहाँ से कहाँ सब तरफ बाबा के प्रोग्राम्स किए थे. Do you know anything about it, Veena? Do you remember?
Sorry, I think was that during the centenary year?
पता नहीं ऐसे कुछ तरी था. माधव बाग, आई रिमेम्बर माधव बाग वेरी वेल. वहां पे मैं भी गया था हमारे पिताजी के साथ. सब तरफ में उन लोग ने जाके प्रोग्राम्स किए थे. एंड he was very articulate in arranging everything. I still remember ये हम लोग के सेंटर की तरफ से अपना मंजिले मीम की तरफ जाने का प्रोग्राम रचा गया था. And Kishore Bhai took me along walking all the way from center to this मंजिले मीम at Dadar. और बीच में काका तो मैं उनको बोलता था इधर चाय पीने को रुके. बोले नहीं ये नहीं अच्छा है, पब्लिक को उधर चाय पिलाएंगे ये वो. एंड टू द माइन्यूटेस्ट डिटेल्स एवरीथिंग वाज चॉक्ड आउट. एंड आई रिमेम्बर मेहरबीना कि वो प्रोग्राम सुबह में था और फिर दोपहर में लंच था. एंड दैट इज द टाइम यू हैड अपीयर्ड ऑन द सीन with your so-called fiance who is now your husband. Am I right?
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful, those were beautiful days actually. Beautiful days. Kabhi kadar Kishore Bhai would confide in me और मुझे कहते थे कि सैम तेरे को मालूम है many years ago Baba had told me to take certain vitamins continuously. और मैं बहुत साल खाया, पची मैंने छोड़ दिया. तो that was the reason why he developed some kind of deficiency in his feet. And I can't remember what exactly that vitamin was, मगर मेरे को बोलते थे वो abroad से लाके उनको देने के लिए. And he would ऐसे हम लोग का चलता था. The pair, Kishore ji and Rajni, were unique. Both opposites.
Opposite poles.
एकदम poles apart. Kishore bhai एकदम straight and एकदम सीधा. And not that Rajni wasn't सीधा, but she was an easygoing person. And at the center, when the bhajans were going on, I could see कि किशोर भाई कुछ भी वो रजनी से कुछ हारमोनियम बजाने में या कुछ राग में कुछ ऊपर नीचे हो गया तो he would वो डोले निकाल के वो he would look at her very, and all that Rajni did was just laugh and smile shamelessly. That was उनका जो love bonding था ना, the prem that they had for each other was unique. Ek time, I still remember we were staying at the Pilgrim Center and Rajni was alone. उधर वो होटला पे पिलग्रिम सेंटर के होटले पे मैं और रजनी अकेले थे. तो मैंने बोला रजनी, हाउ डू यू फील कमिंग टू मेहराबाद? She said a very beautiful sentence. She said, मुझे ऐसे लगता है मैं मेरे मायके आई हूँ. Because बाबा मेरे पिता है. Talking about her pita, I knew Mr. Nene also quite well. उनको भी गजल गाने के बहुत शौक थे. He would sing very nicely, and I think his daughter learnt it from him. शायद music, I don't know, मगर ऐसे मुझे लगता है. नेने साहब की एक जो चीज मुझे आज तक याद है was कि once during one of the birthday programs, I think it was at Patkar Hall if I'm not mistaken, when some Kishore Bhai was sitting and performing, वो जो भी कुछ भजन वगैरह कर रहे थे, someone came and told him कि Nene has passed away, and he continued the program.
That was when my grandmother.
Oh, sorry, grandmother, was it? Acha, हाँ. He continued the program till the end, and then he wrapped up everything and ran. This was his dedication. This was his dedication. Kishore Bhai has been responsible. Well, responsible is not the right word, but मुझे कोई और शब्द नहीं याद आते, तो मैं इसलिए ये कहता हूँ कि बाबा के गजलों को रिवाइव करने में he was the originator of that thought. And through you, Mayor Veena, वो हुमा की गजल्स की कैसेट बनाई थी, and then उसकी सीडी बनाई थी, और हम लोग वो चेतना बुक स्टोर में बेचने को गए थे, and all those things were there. He had this unique, because he was focused on Baba all the time, he had this unique gift of thinking ahead of his time. कि अभी क्या करना चाहिए. All the drama series that we see at the center now, initially उन्होंने शुरू की. There are many firsts of Kishore Bhai, many firsts of Kishore Bhai, which I'll never forget. And वो काफी कड़क थे. कड़क is the word. एक टाइम मुझे याद है, in one of the birthday programs, he had chosen me to recite the prayers, और suddenly वो दूसरे किसी ने अपने बेटे को वहां पे घुसा दिया. तो in the wings he came running to me, he said, जा उसको निकाल और तू खड़ा रह जा. In front of the whole house full of audience, he made me do that. But that was Kishore Bhai. If something is set, it is set. उसमें last minute में कोई कुछ को घुसा सकता है, वैसे नहीं हो सकता. हाँ, a very nice incident is about his marriage, Kishore and Rajni's marriage. मुझे आज भी याद है, मेरे फादर सेंटर से एक टाइम आए, तो he was telling my mom कि आज किशोर ने उसने कुछ एक छोकरी के साथ शादी करने का तय किया है, and his father-in-law happens to be Mr. Nene. तो Nene is very upset कि we are Marathis and he is a Gujarati and this and that. So my father jokingly or in a light-hearted way, he said कि तुम ही बाबा ला विचारा, ask बाबा कि भाई ये marriage होना चाहिए कि नहीं. तो Nene साहब in his anger, he said, बाबा कोणाला नाही सांगते, ते सगळ्याला होय होय बोलते. This is how they were, plain, simple and innocent. But they never did anything that would displease Baba. No, never. Their entire life, Veena is a witness to all that. किशोर भाई ने अपनी वाइफ को through very turbulent times when she was going through the breast cancer ka bimari of hers, I remember Veena telling me कि he would get up early in the morning, सब बच्चों को नला धला के तैयार करते थे, खाना पकाते थे, उसकी वाइफ की सेवा करते थे, उसको दवा दारू देते थे, फिर काम पे जाते थे, काम से भाग के वापस आके वापस some he performed his duties and responsibilities to the T. उसमें जरा भी फर्क आने नहीं दिया. And yet there was never, I say, sadness on his face. He was always smiling and happy, and or he stood for his principles always. मैंने बहुत दफे देखा था कि एक कोकोनट के जैसे नारियल को कैसे फोड़ना is easier, but to crack किशोर भाई was impossible. उन्होंने कुछ
It was during like when my mom was down with her health, in spite of attending his office and attending her at home, attending us, serving us food, feeding us everything, but still I don't remember that he has missed a single Sunday attending Bombay Center during those times as trial times.
Yes. And the main beauty was कि वो वक्त से पहले ही आके बैठ जाते थे सब, किशोर भाई. Always 15 मिनट पहले आके अपना तबला पेटी सब कुछ सब लोग चेक करके अपनी जगह पे बैठ जाते थे. And they would not get up until the program was over, unless somebody had the urgency of attending the nature's call. वो कभी उठते नहीं थे. And this, I think, is a lesson for all of us. मैंने तो ये सीखा है, but during this हमारा ये जो session चल रहा है, उसमें why people put their videos off is because some of them are fidgeting with their topi, some of them are fidgeting with the कोई खुजाता है, कोई क्या करता है. It was never done like that, because at the center the meeting was conducted as though वो बाबा की मौजूदगी में, in his presence. And today I feel कि this so-called virtual meeting is also with his presence around. तो हमें ये हमारी ड्यूटी बनती है कि we have to be well dressed, and ये सब चाय पीना, पानी पीना, वो सब नहीं चलता है. Not during this. ये कोई चिट चैट नहीं है. एक तरह से चिट चैट है. Yes, we are sharing our this thing, but we are sharing the love for the highest of the high. तो वो उनको ध्यान में रख के हमें ये सब चीजें करनी चाहिए. अभी तक तो मुझे इतना ही याद आया है, बाकी का तो कुछ खास हो गया बाबा सब. चल बाबा वीना, अभी तो कुछ एक गाना गा के कुछ तरी कर, बिकॉज मेरा भाषण बहुत हो गया.
Alright. Since you had mentioned about your favorite ghazal, Kisse Shan Se Mehfil Mein, so I would like to present that, Sam. And
before you do that, उसकी बैकग्राउंड बोल और उसका थोड़ा अंश में मीनिंग समझा दे सबको, ताकि और मजा आए.
All right, I'll try my best, because the meaning explain karna kabhi kiya nahi, but I'll try my best. So this ghazal is written by Khak Sahib, who was one of the close disciples of Meher Baba, and he had written this ghazal, of course, dedicated to beloved Baba. So Sam, I'll just read it out, so you can also share the meaning of the same. So Kisse Shan Se Mehfil Mein आया तेरा दीवाना, एक हाथ में शीशा है, एक हाथ में पैमाना.
See, In Sufism, love is compared to Maikhana and the sharab. The sharab that they're talking about is the divine sharab. And वो here खाक साहब says किस शान से आया महफिल में तेरा दीवाना, यानी सब लोग बैठे हैं और ये एक दीवाना in his love, एक हाथ में शीशा है, एक हाथ में पैमाना, यानी कि वो जाम भर भर के उनका प्रेम पीते जा रहा है. That is the essence of it. It is not कि कोई बेवरेबाज का गाना है. Okay, go ahead.
यकसा है उसे दोनों बसती होके वीराना, बेफिक्र है दुनिया से अक्सर तेरा दीवाना.
Absolutely.
एक आग नुमाया है, एक आग है पोशीदा, कुछ फर्क नहीं इनमें ओ शम्मा के परवाना. And in the end, खाक साहब says, खाक अपनी ही हस्ती के आईने में देख उसको, वो तेरे करीब है, तू जिससे है बेगाना.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful कि हम समझ नहीं सकते हैं कि जिसको हम खोजते हैं, जिनकी तलाश में निकलते हैं, वो तो हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए, हम ही उनसे बेगाने हो गए. Anyway, चल अभी तू सुना दे. So let's hope people appreciate it more. और जिसको नहीं पसंद है उनको पैसा वापस दे देंगे. चल.
All right. चलो.
किस शान से महफिल में आया तेरा दीवाना, किस शान से महफिल में आया तेरा दीवाना. एक हाथ में शीशा है, एक हाथ में शीशा है, एक हाथ में पैमाना, इस शान से महफिल में आया तेरा दीवाना. यकसा है उसे दोनों बस्ती हो के वीराना. यकसा यकसा है उसे दोनों बस्ती हो के वीराना. बेफिक्र है दुनिया, बेफिक्र है दुनिया से अक्सर तेरा दीवाना. किस शान से महफिल में आया तेरा दीवाना.
एक आग नुमाया है, नुमाया है, एक आग नुमाया है, एक आग है पोशीदा, कुछ फर्क नहीं इनमें, ओ शम्मा की परवाना किस शान से महफिल में आया तेरा दीवाना। खाक अपनी हस्ती के आईने में देखो उसको, खाक अपने आप अपनी हस्ती के आईने में देखो उसको, वो तेरे करीब है, वो तेरे करीब है, तू जिससे बेगाना किस शान से महफिल में आया तेरा दीवाना। एक हाथ में शीशा है, एक हाथ में शीशा है, एक हाथ में पैमाना किस शान से महफिल में आया तेरा दीवाना। Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sar Meher Baba ki jai. Veena,
Thank you.
2.5 years it took us to see you sing again like this.
Yeah, actually, it's been a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I'm feeling very embarrassed about is कि सेंटर में तू आगे बैठ के हमेशा गाती थी. You could not see how I was reacting to it. Today you saw me reacting to it. मैं पकड़ा गया. I got caught.
I think Dilshad has raised her hand.
हाँ जी, बोलो. Dilshad, go ahead.
Jai Baba Sam Uncle, Jai Baba Mervina,
हाँ जी,
Jai
हाँ जी, जय
Yeah,
बाबा.
Dilshad.
Mervina. It's always a treat to listen to you. You sing so beautifully, and
you.
I've had the good fortune of listening to your father's talks as well as the singing of both your parents. Uh, in this ghazal that has been written by Khak Sahib, so Baba also used to write under the pen name of Huma, right?
Yes, yes.
So the music has been given by.
Actually, it so happened that when I was in college during those years, my dad had a huge amount of collection of ghazals which were sung before Baba, and he also had that passion of collecting Huma ghazals from Khorshid, from Adi Kaka, and he also translated those ghazals. He has taken a lot of efforts in translating those ghazals, and I used to have that habit of, at times, that whim. Whenever I used to get that whim, I used to just sit at home, take out my harmonium, and just I used to just keep on surfing pages, and whatever ghazal used to click me, I used to just pick that ghazal and used to put tune to that, compose music for that. Even and it started with Kisse Shan Se, actually. That was the
अरे
first.
वाह, हाँ हाँ
Yeah.
हाँ.
So and then पूरा सिलसिला शुरू हुआ जहाँ पे I just kept on composing tunes for these various ghazals, and one fine day it so happened कि ये हुमा की गजल एक बार किसी प्रोग्राम में जब मैंने गाई, तब इट वाज डॉक्टर होशांग भरूचा जिन्होंने ये सुना, और उन्होंने मुझे पूछा कि ऐसी कितनी गजल्स को तुमने ट्यून कंपोज की है. सो आई टोल्ड हिम मे बी अराउंड से 13 or 14 ghazals. So that was the time when he told me and my father that, Kishore, do you know this is a treasure and this treasure needs to be preserved. क्या अगर कल को तुम इस ट्यून्स को भूल जाओगी तो तुम क्या करोगे? You don't know. This is so precious and it has to come in public. People should know about all this. And I never had any intention of publishing these ghazals, and because I used to, it for me it was like between me and Baba. That's it. That whim used to come. I used to sit with the harmonists, do that. But then ऐसे होता है ना कि जब उनकी मर्जी होती है तो कोई भी इम्पॉसिबल चीज को पॉसिबल करवा ही देते हैं वो, और बड़ी आसानी से. व्हाई आई एम सेइंग इम्पॉसिबल? बिकॉज एज यू मस्ट हैव नोन दैट आज मतलब रिकॉर्डिंग, जब अगर किसी एक गाने का रिकॉर्डिंग करने का होता है तो वो एक गाने को रिकॉर्ड करने में स्टूडियो में कितने सो मेनी आवर्स गेट कंज्यूम्ड, देन देयर आर सो मेनी टेक्निकलिटीज इन्वॉल्व्ड, एंड देन द म्यूजिक डायरेक्टर सिट्स देयर विद हिज नोटेशंस, देन द accompanists are there, they are given their part of playing that those fillers between the two paragraphs. इतना सब कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होता है. एंड जैसे कि बाबा के साथ कुछ कुछ इंसिडेंसेस ऐसे हैं कि जहाँ पे आई थिंक इन द मॉर्निंग, टुडे मॉर्निंग ओनली, व्हेन माई सेल्फ एंड राकेश वी वर हैविंग अ कॉन्वर्सेशन. सो राकेश वाज एक्साइटेड दैट आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर द स्टोरीज टुडे. तो राकेश ने एक स्टोरी शेयर की जिसमें एक बंदा, उसको कुछ कैंसर है, एंड द सर्जन फ्रॉम पुणे he suggested him to get operated for his cancer, and Baba was there that time in his physical form. So when that disciple of Baba contacted him, Baba said that, tell that surgeon he's a hajam, just take chas or nimbu pani and you'll be through. And he was actually through. And on top of that, Baba ordered this person to go to the surgeon and convey him ki tum hajam ho, and they had to obey Baba. So that's why something which is impossible, it is easily possible when it is Baba, when that conviction is there. So it so happened that Hosha uncle called me and my dad at Navsari in his bungalow, और ऐसे डिसाइड हुआ था कि हम लोग इसे भले छोटे स्केल पे पर घर में पूरा रिकॉर्डिंग करेंगे, घर में ही, एंड इसको इसका कैसेट रिलीज करेंगे. ऐसे कुछ उनके दिमाग में था. मुझे तो कुछ पता नहीं था. आई वॉज जस्ट फॉलोइंग द इंस्ट्रक्शंस, जस्ट ओबेइंग माय फादर एंड डॉक्टर होशांग भरूचा. एंड इट सो हैपन कि हम लोग नवसारी गए and see the way Baba works so beautifully. हम लोग पूरा setup मतलब क्या, there was just one tablaist and I was sitting with the harmonium. उतने में मेरे सबसे छोटे अंकल जो है अमृतलाल मिस्त्री, जो who is my father's youngest brother, he was completely into music. और वो सब म्यूजिशियंस और किस किस को दुनिया भर के लोगों को जानते थे. एंड सडनली आउट ऑफ द ब्लू, इवन दो माय फादर नेवर इन्फॉर्म्ड हिम अबाउट दिस होल प्रोजेक्ट, ही टर्न्ड अप दैट डे. एंड जब वो आए तब वो बोलने लगे कि ये क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग. तो माय डैड सेड कि हम लोग ये हुमा का जो बाबा ने गजलें लिखी है उसका रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हैं. सो ही सेड, You guys are crazy. I mean, घर पे बैठे बैठे तुम लोग ऐसे ही रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हो इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट गजलें. No, this has to go in the studio. And within say an hour's time or so, maybe less than that, उन्होंने करीब के ही एक स्टूडियो में पूरा अरेंजमेंट करवाया. वो स्टूडियो वाला जो था, फॉर्चुनेटली उस दिन सैटरडे being a Saturday, busiest day in the studios otherwise, he got the entire studio booked for Saturday and Sunday. Okay, abhi the whole पूरा जो माहौल उस वक्त हो गया था, it was as if for the first time I was stepping in a recording studio. क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, कितना माइक का डिस्टेंस, कुछ नहीं, nothing, total novice. I was just sitting there as if I'm sitting for a concert, and you won't believe, बाबा की हुमा की गजलें जो है, most of them are having 4 paragraphs, 6 paragraphs, लंबी लंबी है गजलें. तो मैं जस्ट उधर जाके बैठी, उन्होंने बोला शुरू करो, और जो शुरू किया तो each and every ghazal went back to back with no retakes, nothing. और वो बंदा जो रिकॉर्डिस्ट वहां पे बैठा है, वो भी ऐसे ही सुन रहा है as if वो कोई ऑडियंस में बंदा बैठा है.
Oh.
So for me, it was never a recording done happening in a studio. so it just went on back to back, and 9 गजलें एक दिन में 1 टेक में रिकॉर्ड की गई. एंड देन अभी क्वेश्चन आया कि बीच के फिलर्स जो म्यूजिशियंस को बजाने थे, वो कैसे बजाएंगे. एंड आई एम नॉट दैट प्रो कि जिसमें उन लोग को नोटेशन वगैरह लिख के दूं. नीदर आई हैड द स्लाइटेस्ट आइडिया एज टू हाउ द होल थिंग वर्क्स. नेक्स्ट डे आई एम गोइंग टू द स्टूडियो, एंड आई एम जस्ट, इन लोग को मैंने खाली बोला कि देखो, आप लोग गाना सुनो और बस बजाते जाओ, बाबा विल गाइड यू क्या बजाना है, दैट्स इट. एंड खाली for some ghazals I had already thought about certain instruments which I would like to use them. तो कुछ गजलों में मुझे पियानो चाहिए था, कुछ किसी में कोरस I had imagine. खाली उतना मैंने उन लोग को बोला कि यहाँ पे पियानो यूज करो. लेकिन the amazing part is, ये लोग जो पहली बार कुछ, वो लोग भी पहली बार कुछ ऐसा कर रहे थे. क्यों? क्योंकि these were the musicians who otherwise used to play for some orchestra. उन्होंने खुद ने कभी स्टूडियो में जाके कभी बजाया नहीं था. ऐसे लोगों को पकड़ के मेरे अंकल लेके आए थे और बोले कि तुम्हें बजाना है बस. एंड नेक्स्ट डे जब उनकी बारी आई, वो लोग भी ऐसे छूटे ना कि बैक टू बैक, देयर वर नो रीटेक्स, बैक टू बैक. वो लोग भी वही फ्लो में बजाते गए एज इफ अ लाइव शो इज गोइंग ऑन. एंड एक्स टेम्पो जो उनके मन में आया उन्होंने बजाया, एंड दैट वाज द फाइनल टेक. एंड द सेम थिंग हैपेंड फॉर पार्ट 2. अभी मजे की बात ये है कि व्हेन पार्ट 1 was completely overdone, and when the cassette came out, the first copy came out, my dad took that cassette and he went to Mehrabad. और मेहराबाद जाके उस वक्त मनी आंटी थी, बाबा सिस्टर मनी आंटी थी, तो उनको वो पूरी गजलें सुनाई. And because he wanted to take the feedback, because this was something done for the first time, and because these were ghazals written by Baba. तो जब उन्होंने सुनी ये गजलें, so she was so happy, and she said that the music and everything, the way it is sung, it is befitting for the coming generation. This was required, and this is done so beautifully. So my dad was happy, but unfortunately there was some negative feedback from one of the very closest disciple again, and so I got a mixed response. Okay, so she had said that no, when there were tunes for Huma ghazals, and how can these tunes be brought forth, and how can she sing this way. हालांकि मनी आंटी ने खुद ने उसको अप्रिशिएट करके ओके किया था, अप्रूवल दिया था. तो when dad came home and he gave me both the feedbacks, positive वाला, negative वाला भी. Okay, so now when I was just sitting all by myself alone thinking कि इसको क्या कैसे करना है अभी, बिकॉज एक तो सबसे पहले मेरे दिलो दिमाग में कभी ये था ही नहीं कि हुमा की गजलों को मैं कैसेट के तौर पे उसको रिलीज करूं और दुनिया भर में उसको ये करूं, सर्कुलेट करूं, कभी था ही नहीं मन में. एंड ये बात हो रही है अभी. सो आई डिड ओनली वन थिंग. आई जस्ट स्टूड इन फ्रंट ऑफ बाबा's फोटो एंड आई जस्ट टोल्ड बाबा कि ये अगर आपकी मर्जी से हो रहा है, and if you are happy with all these tunes which are being composed, which I believe are composed by you and you only, because मैं I am not a professional musician. I'm not a professional singer. I'm not a trained singer also. लेकिन ऐसे बंदे को आपने चूज किया है as a medium to compose maybe some new tunes to your own ghazals. So if at all you are happy with this, then if I get a positive response, then that will be a signal from you, Baba, that you have indeed liked this. And trust me, thousands of copies of those cassettes got sold not only in India but abroad also. And then came part two, and part two also got a tremendous response. And the rest is the history कि काफी सालों तक लोग कैसेट लेते रहे. And उसके बाद then people started coming up with the suggestion that you have to come out with a CD of this particular album because cassettes अभी outdated हो गए. And that's how the CD got released, and that's how the whole thing went ahead.
So, how can we access it? I mean, is it on the YouTube or anywhere where we can see both part? I mean, hear both part one and part two?
Actually, this CD was available at is available at Bombay Center. अभी मुझे पता नहीं है कितनी stock में है, but yes, a lot of people are asking whether these songs, these ghazals are put on YouTube. So in fact, it's Janice must be smiling on this because today morning only I told Janice about this, that you can make a nice Baba video on these ghazals, and we can upload all these ghazals on Bombay Center's YouTube channel, or maybe we can create a channel with Huma Ghazals, named Huma Ghazals. So let's see, it is all his wish.
Veena, it is completely mind blowing that you said that you don't have any classical music training.
No.
I mean, it's just totally unbelievable. And what you mentioned about recording, you're talking to somebody who has herself been in the industry and given voiceovers. So even when you have these promos, the one that we see on television, that small advertisements, to have one sentence correct, you have so many retakes. So if you've done this without any take, then it's just Baba and Baba all through.
It is Baba, and it was always Baba, because the same goes with the Bombay Center plays as well. Bombay Center के 2-2 घंटे के play होते थे, तो उसका पूरा recording, editing, everything, production, all like it, everything was with me, but I was just flowing in the flow because again there also I, not being a software engineer, sound recordist, but it was only Baba, who has helped me in his own sweet ways to come up with those skills of editing and recording and doing the final mixing. And pata nahi, I mean, कितना शेयर करूं, बहुत कुछ है शेयर करने के लिए, as far as the drama experience is concerned, as far as my own personal life is concerned. And now with the Shadows to Light पूरा जो प्रोग्राम हुआ, वो भी again it was Baba who has driven me into all this through some of the medium जैसे कि वो करते हैं. So yeah, it's been, I mean, कितना क्या, बहुत कुछ है, वैसे देखा जाए तो बहुत कुछ है शेयर करने के लिए. And I hope if I get another chance during these Thursday sessions, I would also love to share about my mom, and as well as some stories which Baba provokes me to share. Yeah,
I wanted to ask you the same thing, that did your parents teach you? Because I remember your mother used to sing, and both your parents were lovely in their presentation. So did they take training and teach you?
No, there was no such thing happening at home, because वो लोग अपना डेली रूटीन होता था. संडेज को बाबा का सेंटर अटेंड करते थे, भजन गा के लौट के आते थे. ऐसे कुछ नहीं होता था कि घर में बैठ के रियाज कुछ चल रहा है. हालांकि the day when they got to know that I'm singing, my dad was after me that I should do MA with music and all this, but I was never interested in all that. So and
you have no idea how blessed you are, Veena. Seriously, because it's such a treat to always listen to you. And before I end, I had the good fortune of taking the same transport as your parents would from Bombay Center through the lift that they used to take from Mr. and Mrs. Gola, Dilmer's in-laws, since we live in the same colony. So
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of meeting both of them on a very personal journey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai
Thank
Baba.
you. Jai
Veena,
Baba.
I just want to say that there is a saying that Baba does not choose the qualified ones. म्हणजे तुम्हारे मेरे जैसे अल्लू लल्लू पल्लू.
Yes.
Baba does not choose the qualified ones, but he qualifies the ones whom he has chosen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
मेरे रोंगटे खड़े हो गए यहाँ पे. Because this is what he is capable of. And another small secret, I don't know if you know about it, Mervina, but your father was convinced कि तू किसी, I don't remember कौन, मगर उसकी आत्मा has come back. That is what your father was convinced about. उन्होंने मेरे को कुछ बोला था, अभी मेरे को अच्छी तरह से याद नहीं है.
I know the story. Yeah.
हाँ, तो ये जो सब है ना, this is how Baba organizes everything. This is how the glory is his and his alone. हम लोग तो सब, we are all puppets in his scheme of things. Anybody wants to ask or talk about anything, please go ahead. चलो नहीं, बोलो नहीं कोई साला, सब लोग भाग गए, सो गए, क्या हो गया?
कोई नहीं बोलवानो હોય તો હું બોલું.
बोलो
Yes.
बोलो. Briefly, huh?
Sorry.
Briefly, yeah.
नहीं नहीं Samantha, I wanted to ask you when you were talking in Marathi about what Veena's grandfather, Rajni ji's father said something, Baba ko sab something. Can you explain that?
You see, when these talks were going on about the marriage of Kishore Mistry with Rajni, when the father of Rajni that wasn't very happy about giving away his daughter to Kishore. So
Because
this
they
kind
were
of
Maharashtrian Brahmins. In those days,
Yeah,
Brahmins.
I know the story. I just want to know what was that Marathi thing.
so when this discussion was going on at the center, my father piped in and said, "Ki Baba, why are you worrying and arguing so much? Just ask Baba, and do whatever he says. उनके ऊपर छोड़ दो सब." So Mr. Nene got wild and he said, "Baba कोणाला नाही सांगते. Does Baba ever say no to anybody? वो तो सबको होए होए बोल देते हैं. तो ये तो बाबा के पास गया तो बोलेंगे हाँ शादी कर दो तो मेरा तो हो गया फिर खत्म." That is what it was.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. This is a beautiful family. This Mistry family. उन पे तो एक किताब लिखी जाए तो भी कम है. Honestly. चल अभी एक और कुछ गाना सुना दे वीना प्लीज. हाँ, incidentally, she may not be knowing about this. Janice will laugh when I say this. Veena is called the creative queen of Mumbai Center.
What?
Ah,
ये नामकरण कब से हुआ?
yesterday.
Okay. So, okay, Sam, I mean, you want
आज कितनी मजा आ रही है, you don't know वीना, because हम लोग सेंटर पे मिलते थे.
Yeah.
और फिर जो बिछड़ गए for this bloody 2 years and something, तो आज वापस कुछ एहसास हो रहा है कि we have come together, और I don't know, it's a joy or a pleasure of a different level which I find difficult to express in words. Go ahead, sorry.
So, okay, so do you want me to sing any of the Huma Ghazal?
Anything that comes to your mind, when Baba prompts you, you sing.
Okay. ठीक है, just as you said it, Baba, which Baba prompts you to sing, तो सामने आई है one of Baba's Huma ghazal only. आज I'll just read out the meaning of the ghazal and then I'll proceed further. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
आज है मातम का घर, कल जिस जगह शादी हुई, क्या कहूँ ए यार मेरी, कैसी ये बर्बादी हुई. Meaning, there is mourning in the house where yesterday there was celebration. What can I say, friend, of the ruin that was wrought? बिस्तरे मखमल के मालिक हाक में सोते पड़े, है जमीन अब उनका बिस्तर, ईंट की गादी हुई. Those who slept in luxury now lie in the dust. The hard earth is their bed, the brick their headrest. वस्ल नहीं मिलता तो क्या गम, इश्क को छोड़ू क्यों मैं, जाए अक्की के लिए क्यों, पास जो आंधी हुई. It is a torment to be denied union, yet I cannot stop loving. Where there is storm within, why go after a hurricane? या तो वापस जान ले, या वस्ल दे जिंदगी. दादगर फरियाद गर से मेरी फरियादी हुई. Meaning, either give me death or give me unity. This I beseech you, O just one. सबसे मुश्किल काम आदम का हवस से छूटना. शुक्र हुमा कर खुदा का, तुझको आजादी हुई. Meaning, man's most difficult task is to be free of lust. Huma is grateful to God for releasing him from all desires. One second. One second, Sam, just give me a minute. Just a minute.
Take two if you want.
I'm so sorry because after many, many years, I'm playing this on the harmonium and also I'm singing this particular ghazal. So sorry. I hope you all
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं.
आज है मातम का है, कल जिस जगह शादी हुई. आज है मातम का है, कल जिस जगह शादी हुई. क्या कहूँ यार मेरे, कैसी बर्बादी हुई. आज है मातम का है कल जिस जगह शादी हुई। बिस्तरे मखमल के मालिक खाक में सोते पड़े। बिस्तरे मखमल के मालिक खाक में सोते पड़े। है ज़मीन अब उनका बिस्तर ईंट की गादी हुई। आज है मातम का है कल जिस जगह शादी हुई। वस्ल नहीं मिलता तो क्या हम इश्क को छोड़ूं क्यों मैं। वस्ल नहीं मिलता तो क्या हम इश्क को छोड़ूं क्यों मैं। जाए अखी के लिए क्यों पास जो आंधी हुई। क्या कहूँ मैं यार मेरी कैसी ये बर्बादी हुई। आज है मातम का है कल जिस जगह शादी हुई। या तो वापस जान ले या वस्ल से दे जिंदगी। या तो वापस जान ले या वस्ल से दे जिंदगी। दाद गर फरियाद गर से मेरी फरियाद हुई। आज है मातम का है कल जिस जगह शादी हुई। सबसे मुश्किल काम आदम का हवस से छूटना। सबसे मुश्किल काम आदम का हवस से छूटना। शुक्र हुआ कर खुदा का तुझको आज़ादी हुई। शुक्र कर हुआ तो खुदा का तुझको आज़ादी हुई। आज है मातम का है कल जिस जगह शादी हुई। क्या कहूँ मैं यार मेरी कैसी ये बर्बादी हुई। आज है
मातम का है कल जिस जगह शादी हुई। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
जय हो बाबा की। I would like to narrate an incident which happened in Baba's time. एक समय ऐसे ही कोई quite a famous elderly kawal बाबा के सामने पेश किए गए थे. He had come to present and he was a good singer. Baba was very happy with his kawali, and so this fellow said ke Huzur, someday I would like to compose things in your glory and sing before you and this and that. तो बाबा ने कहा कि जो भी कुछ तेरे दिल में आए वो अभी बता दे, अभी sing now. तो बोलता सर अभी मेरा वो नमाज का टाइम हुआ है, मैं नमाज पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ, मुझे नमाज पढ़ने जाना है. बाबा banged his head and he said कि here खुदा खुद उसके सामने बैठा है, but he attaches more importance to his namaz. What prompted me to say this is, I'm being very blunt about it. Okay, when we started, there were about 28-30 participants. Now we have come down to 11. लोग प्रेयर करने गए, आरती करने गए या अपने अपने काम में मशगूल हो गए. जिसके जो तकदीर में जितना है उतना सबको मिलता है. Is my final bottom line. But what I'm trying to say is कि ये बाबा की मौजूदगी को भूलिए मत. Do not take these things very lightly. I remember an incident when Dr. Bharucha, I've seen him with my own eyes during one of those Amar Tithis. वो बेचारे धूप में 16 हैट पहन के गॉड स्पीक्स के इंग्लिश कैसेट्स उन्होंने बनाए थे वो, और ये मेहरवीना के वो बेचारे एक थैली में सब लेके, जैसे कि एक बाजार में कोई और कोई लेने वाले नहीं थे. Why? I feel because the time was not right. आज हमको everything is given to us on a silver platter. खुद खुदा हमको सिल्वर प्लेटर पे मिल गए, लेकिन how many of us really appreciate that? And I really don't know. और कभी कभी दुख होता है, कभी कभी मैं बाबा से भी जगरता हूँ कि इफ यू वांट टू मैनिफेस्ट, वो जो सब बड़ी बड़ी बातें आपने की है वो जल्दी करो, मेरे मरने के पहले करो, ताकि मैं जरा थोड़ी सी वो शान देख के. बट देन आई फील कि यही छोटे संसार में ही मजा है. बिकॉज व्हेन द पीपल विल कम इन thousands and in multitudes, तो वी शैल बी पुश्ड असाइड. कोई पूछेगा नहीं कि तुम कौन थे और कहाँ थे. We will be pushed aside and उन लोग घुस जाएंगे. So वो तो सब जो होना है वो होगा. Anyway, time is closing up. So किसी को कुछ बोलना है, पूछना है तो please feel free. I would request Janice to say a few words.
जी
Hello?
अंकल.
हाँ बोलो.
जय बाबा.
जय बाबा.
Yes, I can talk about Mehrveena, but Uncle Ji, I had not met. Recently, I've come to Baba's fold. But yes, MV is an amazing person. Like last evening, we gave a new title, King of Creativity.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, she's an amazing person and multi-talented in everything that she does. And mainly her focus is totally on Baba. I have learned so much from her. So be it anything we work on for our center events. So she has guided me, like the focus is always Baba. And when we sit to work, we always hand over everything to Baba and then he takes over. And Uncle, like you said, we are nobody Like he picks us and he trains us. So we are nothing without his grace. So thank you, Baba, for everything. That's it, uncle.
Okay, Veena. See, I've seen your video being played on Sunday meetings about the Australian Aarti. Today, I would like you to perform it live so that I can appreciate it properly. Please, Australian Aarti अच्छी तरह से वो टेड जडसन की स्टाइल में करके प्रोग्राम समाप्त करते हैं. Anybody else wants to say anything before that? Please say it now or hold your peace forever. किसी को कुछ बोलना है? हाँ, बोलो बोलो.
So this was one wish of mine, that we have a program on Mervina's daddy, who was the first secretary of Bombay Center. I'm sure she has more to share. So we request her to come once more and share about. She has a lot of stories about mommy, matlab auntie, her mom. If she can come and share more about.
She has, I think, agreed to do it एक Thursday छोड़ के, right?
Yeah.
तो पहले से अपनी जगह बुक कर लीजिए. ये कौन सा वो ऑनलाइन का है ना, बुक माई शो, उस पे टिकट्स बुक कर लीजिए अपनी अपनी.
I think that comes on, say, 21st of April. That's the Thursday.
Right. Okay.
Book your tickets for 21st of April.
Yes.
All right. So, should I go ahead, Sam, with
Please.
Aarti?
Anybody else before? एक minute. Anybody else wants to say anything? कोई बच्चे कुछ? निमेश मिस्त्री.
Nimesh.
हाँ, साला तो चुपचाप सब कुछ देख रहा है. देखा? चल बोल.
Actually, not in a position to say anything, quite emotional, so I'm not saying anything. Really sorry for that, but I've spent lot of time with Mervina. But before that, Kishore Mistry, I used to go to the Bombay Center since I was in 5th standard. And so, I used to try playing tabla there, and I was also always failing because my rhythm was not good. So he used to always tell me that, you should improve so that in future you can play at the center. But I always failed. And, when he was on his last trip, and we used to never communicate so much. He was very strict. So I as a child was very nervous talking to him. So on his last tour in 2005, he called me one day, and those days I just had a new mobile. I never used to have a mobile, so it was my second job, and I was having a mobile. And he called me and he asked me whether he can accompany. I can accompany him where he was going to play tabla. I think Shanti uncle was not available, or he had said that he might not be able to. But eventually Shanti uncle went. But so I said it was my first day of the new job, so it will be very difficult to come. So I could not go. And so I take it as a hint from Baba that, he, he's having nazar over me through Kishore Mistri's medium. He hinted me that, you are not, you are also there in my list. So that's how I remember. And then obviously Mervina, she got me into this place, and then it's history. It has been a amazing journey into the epicenter of Baba's heart. So that is what it is. that's it. I mean, I can't speak more about.
I was not knowing about this story, Nimesh, that dad had called just, before his last day in this gross world, we can say. He had called you. I was not aware of this.
Yeah, I didn't share it with anyone, but today I thought of saying that. Yeah.
And the one thing that I remember on that day was like he passed away on 7th early in the morning hours at around I think 10:25 or something. But one day prior to that, on 6th of January, otherwise, since my marriage, he had never spent his entire day at my place. But that was the day when he spent his entire day at my place. He played with my son. And I mean, the way he was, that was not Kishore Mistry, or that was not my father, but it was something unusual. And when he was leaving my house, he was getting down the stairs. I don't know, for some reason, I was in tears because I saw the love side of my papa that day. The मतलब लोगों ने काफी आसानी से अपने पिता का प्यार देखा होगा आते जाते थ्रू देयर जेस्चर्स या cuddling them या ऐसे, पर ऐसे हम लोगों ने कभी एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया था. So that was the day before he left, he gave that glimpse of the tremendous love that he was having for his child. And I was just, and he just turned around and he said that today I have to go to the center and I have to appoint a new trustee today. So, and then it so happened that that time I was going through a bad phase of my health issues and all that. So Baba so beautifully helped me to face that situation when he passed away, because if I could have got to know about him passing away suddenly, maybe I could have collapsed. But it so happened that next day morning, I happened to call him and I was talking with him on phone. And I had called him to inform him that please do my and my family's booking for the Amar Tithi. And I was talking with him, and while I was talking with him, he got that attack. And I couldn't understand that what is happening. Why is his voice sounding so strange? And this was yet another strange thing, that whenever he used to go for any program, he always used to buy a ticket for himself and Shanti uncle. But that was the only journey where he bought a ticket for himself because Shanti uncle had said no. But somehow he told Shanti uncle that I'm waiting for you over here at the center, at the station. You decide whether you want to come. And that was, I think, the first time when two different tickets, were booked, where dad booked his own tickets. Maybe, we know that that ticket was booked for a different journey altogether. And of course, Shanti uncle did come later on. He was there with him in the train while he got the attack, and they were taking him to the civil hospital. And once he was taken to the civil hospital, that's where he was, he finally passed away. So, yeah.
Today's was a very touching, emotional session. Namita Heble, do you want to comment on anything so far? You've been chatting about her beautiful singing and this and that. तो कुछ बोलना है तो मैदान में आ जाओ.
Hello, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed the session. I mean, you could feel Baba's presence, and I've spoken to Meherveena once on the phone, and her singing is so beautiful, and would like to have much more of listen to more of her stories, because I think she has quite a lot to share with everybody, and looking forward to it.
Thursday after next, she will be there.
Yes.
Thank you, Namita. Thanks. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Okay, Veena, the artist.
Yes, sure. timeless, eternal, ancient one. Your face is a bright, transcendent sun. Lighten this dark world and the tears I weep. My heart may have I give to you to keep. Creator, creationless you are. Truth and truth's body, divine avatar. Oh, through compassion the three worlds maintains. Destroy this ignorance that life sustains. These five lights are the warning spokes of prayer of the ones with that pass beyond today. Unless you who are infinitely kind, break the wills of which is conditioned mind. Listen, since this my love, this proves my heart, which to please you I have shed from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shining light. You are myself, I sing to you in praise and beg your love to bear me through the days. Till you be ever living perfect form. Imbue my darkness with your shining sun. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. Thank you, Baba.
Are you still nervous, Veena?
No.
Nahi, na? He takes over. See?
Yes,
He
you
took-
did.
he took over. Chalo, what's her name? Janice.
हाँ जी.
तुम्हारी concluding speech दे दो अभी. Talk to yourself and this and that. बोल दो.
This was, I think this was the program I was waiting since years. I mean, at least a year now. I spoke to MBNU yesterday about Kishore uncle and how Baba takes over, how he works. Is just amazing. So thank you, Baba, for everything. Really, thank you, Baba, for
Thank you,
everything.
Baba.
And thank
If
you,
you don't
Baba.
know, if you don't know who Baba is, we say God, God, God. Arepan, what is God? What is God? Chalo, anyway, I don't want to get into a bhasan.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Stay safe. Take care. Take care.
1, 2, 3. Pachi agal?
Stay healthy.
हाँ.
And Baba Nigeba.
Baba Nigeba. Baba Nigeba. All of us.
Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Just
Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
like Nana Kheji used to say, take Baba with you. Take Baba with you. Avtar Meher Baba ki. Chalo, dukaan band.
Okay. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.